So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another insightful episode of adfartech Venture podcast. And I'm your host, Sonal Shah. And today's podcast featuring an extraordinary guest, Mr. Hamza Khan. And he's not just a co founder at Musavir AI, but a seasoned backend developer and DevOps engineer too, specializing in the intricate dance between code and infrastructure. So, this podcast is going to provide insight into his journey as an enthusiastic developer and infrastructure geek, delving into the intricacies of a fast API, object oriented programming, and backend development. So, dear audience, please join me in welcoming Hamza Khan to our conversation today. Welcome, Mr. Khan, and we are so glad and so thankful to you to be here as our guest. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Talk about all the technology and share my insights about what's trending and everything. So it's great to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, Mr. Khan, before we jump into our discussions on the tech landscape, new generative AI, and tech leaderships, being a CTO as your role and your experiences, I would love to know a bit better about yourself in your words. So, please share a bit about your journey in your world and your role as a working with the latest technology in Musavir AI. So, please.
Okay, so I'm a computer science graduate. I graduated like 1.5 years ago, so I'm still fresh to the industry. I've been into the programming, into the IT field for a very long time. In fact, like when I was a child, I was like 10 or 11. I started like coding, and like it was my thing. So I pursued like the computer science field, and after the graduation, I thought like, uh, why not look into what's trending these days? And like 1.5 year ago, I went into generative AI for 1 year into this, and every day is evolving now. You know? So it's very fast. It's something that got my heart, and I've been working in it ever since.
That's wonderful. So thank you so much, Mr. Khan, for this captivating introductions. And for us, it's truly honored to have you today at Fartech Venture Podcast. So before we dive into today's insightful discussion, so we appreciate the time you've taken and provided us about yourself as a journey and as a guest too. So welcome once again, and thank you for joining us on the episode. So, Mr. Khan, if you permit me, for a few seconds or a few minutes, I would like to also give introductions about myself and my organization.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, as I named myself before, also just wanted to, let you know something more about me and my organization. So, I am the Sonal Shah, the host of this show, and at Fartech Venture podcast host. So, about adfartech Venture, if I say we are IT and tech platform, we focus on IT solutions, IT resources, IT recruitments, and this kind of a tech audio podcast. And we have a vendor alliances with 50 plus tech partners that include SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, Pega, OutSystems, APN, Salesforce, Cloudera, Informatica, and many more. And we provide solutions relations to these to ERP, application development data, AIML, blockchain, cloud managed services, UX, UI testing, and cybersecurity. And we have resources basis of 20,000 plus all across the skills, so which we can deliver both on site and offshore within the 24 hours. So that is the best skills we are managing within the team. So at Edfad Tech Venture, we love to, hear views of visionary tech leaders for the upcoming technology, upcoming trends, and a similar way as, we are going through your profile and name came. So we are also super impressed with your profiles. So from these podcasts, we also, very excited to learn more about your journey in your views and, your latest tech innovations and current trends and experiences. So let's dive into the world of tech and explore the journey together.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're doing amazing work. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. So now that we have a glimpse of each other background, So without further ado, let's dive into these enriching conversations, right? So, like in the, if I wanted to ask you something about your organizations, can you share some insight into current technologies that your team employs at Musavir AI, or as in general, what you people are using?
Okay, so little bit about Musavir AI. We started like a few months back. We started back in July, and the goal was to captivate the AI art generation market, see how we can like take this to the top, and see how good we can do the AI art generation. That was the goal, and the main priority when starting up was the quality of the images that we are producing. Because in the market there were a lot of different competitors, but the challenge we knew the challenge we could face in the deployment of such an application, because I worked on a mobile app already, and we had millions of users on that mobile app. So I knew what kind of challenges I would be facing, but the goal was to not compromise on quality while solving those challenges. So we are using basically stable diffusion. That's what our product is based on, and we the fine tunes of stable diffusion. We have our own custom models or custom deployment for that. And the main challenge that you face when you are working in generative AI is the GPU resource. So
Yeah.
the normal servers, they are not very hard to get. They can serve a lot of users. They do not cost you a lot. But when the GPUs get involved, the things get very costly very fast. And there's also a problem with the demand and supply. So this is the most resource hungry part about the generative AI landscape. So this was a challenge to get get the GPUs, GPU based servers that we could work on and never run out of capacity, and also keep our costs in check. So that was the goal, and I think we did it pretty good. We are now serving thousands of users every day and going serverless. And uh, it is expensive, but I think it's worth it as long as you don't compromise on the quality. And yeah, so the main technology that you asked about, we are based on is stable diffusion.
Yes, that's a wonderful. That's a wonderful. So it's like it's showing that technological choice are very instrumental in driving this efficiency and scalability if you are planning for the launch. So wonderful take. So like as you had said that you are also interested in this generative AI and you are using this kind of cutting edge technology. So how do you see they are shaping your projects at this specific project?
So I've been in generative AI for around 1 year, something like top of 1 year now. And back then, things were just starting up. The best in the game right now is in at least in our competition is Mid Journey. That's just heads off the best product out there. So we were just starting up, and they also like started up around 2 years ago, and and things change very fast. Like if you showed me the kind of quality everyone had a year or two ago, I wouldn't believe like how did everyone get so good so fast? There's something every day in this domain. So it's been a game changer. Like the kind of images you can produce, the kind of stuff you can do, even not only in image generation. There's been music generation. There's voice generation. People are doing the voiceovers. In anybody's voice, basically, any song. So it's been a game changer, and it's only taken maybe 1 year to get to the stage. 1 year ago, it was nothing close to this. So it has developed extremely fast. And about the applications in current day and age, it's very helpful in content creation. You can get stock photos, random stock photos, and kind of social media marketing content. You can get very beautiful art. Very That's my favorite part, and it can also help in graphic designing. You can generate your logos, you can generate your posters, stuff like that. So the potential is limitless. It's up to you.
from these, it seems like there's all these cutting edge fields are opening up new horizons for various projects and various kinds of contents too. So it's a really indeed innovation. So thank you so much for this wonderful share. So as a tech leader and as a co-founder also, so how do you navigate the dual role? Like sometimes as a leadership, sometimes also backend developer and working as an engineer too. So, what are the challenges and opportunities does this brings to your role as a CTO?
Yeah, so it is a challenging role. We are still a relatively new company. We are still in the pre-seed stage, and I'm like doing most of the hard work myself. I'm in the leading the technological side. I have a team that I have to like manage, and it's a very multi-dimensional role. But I believe in uh, as plain hierarchy as I can. So I don't believe in team leads and stuff like that. I think everybody should work on the same page and just give equal input on everything. Everybody should share ideas and like vote on them. That's what I believe in. So I'm working on the backend side, not DevOps side, but the most important thing that I'm working in is the research. And I think in this landscape, the most important thing is the research. Because once your architectures are set up, once your servers are set up, you don't see a lot of new innovations every day in that department. But you need to be very much in touch with the things that are happening in this spectrum. You need to see every day there's a new library, every day there's something new because everything is open source right now and in this field. So about every day someone like creates something new that's better than what you had yesterday. So you need to really keep in touch and provide new features to your audience as soon as you can. So I think research is the hardest part in this job, not the back development or the DevOps, or maybe leading the team. It's the research that you need to keep up with.
Yeah, great, great. So you are doing a commendable job. So it's clear that your perspective of managing the things. So it shows a unique dimension as a being a CTO. So that's a wonderful job. So Hamza Khan, if I would like to ask you that how many team members are there in your organizations or specifically working for this product?
We are a very small team. We are still like 8 to 10 people. Uh, as I mentioned, we are still in the pre-seed stage, so there are like 3 to 4 people working on the back end and DevOps side of things, and there are people doing the marketing. We have a marketing, and then we have the manager, the social media managers, uh, Discord community. We have the LinkedIn presence. So these are like small 3 to 4 teams that we have for now.
So, if you don't mind, can you share that how do you select the specific, people for a specific skills? Like specifically when you are working for such a, I would like to say there's not a trending, but so fast changing technology. So how do you assess the people for particular skills or a particular trend? Because technology is very crucial for your product. So you have to be, very keen for specific emerging skills or to align with the rapidly evolving tech landscape. So what is your lookout for these recruitment and managing the skills at your organizations?
I have a very interesting take on this. If I am hiring someone new, what matters to me the most is the learning pace and the confidence of the candidate. So maybe there's not a lot of history, there's not a lot of background, there's not years of experience behind him, but if there's a learning pace, he can like adapt quickly and he can look up for things, he can adapt very fast. I think that's what matters to me the most. So as long he has like a little bit of AI background, that's good enough. Because I think for me, what matters the most is the learning pace. Because there, as I mentioned, there's something new every day, and I should be able to keep up with this.
That's a wonderful. That's a wonderful. So, however, the people are educated, but the most important is their way to open up and to learn something new, which comes, next. So that's a wonderful take. So, this is all about the technology but I'd also seen in your bio that you are also working for a startup. So, for a startup, I also have a one question. So, startup often involves, dynamic projects and dynamic requirements in terms of technology and various, things to be implemented. So, how does the startup environment influence your project choices, or do you have any specific kind of projects which needs to be integrated in line with this technology?
Yeah, so as long we are in the same field, as long we the domain doesn't change a lot, this doesn't matter much. Because as you mentioned, I work in a startup too. So this is the thing I learned, that what matters the most is the learning pace, and as soon as you can adapt to the new things, you can branch out very fast. You don't need to hire a new team for a new project. If you have a dynamic team, they are willing if they are willing to uh, adapt to the situation very quickly. You can just play with things, experiment, and see where it goes. So that's my take. You don't need a new team for every new project.
Yeah, so it shows your excitement, particularly for these projects, and it's a wonderful to know when people are so excited about their own venture, and they are pushing hard for themselves. So wonderful, wonderful. So, looking ahead, is how do you see the future of a technology shaping up? At what industry trends are you keeping an eye on? Like Musavir AI has a, I had also myself tried these, features and. As I told you, I had a word with Aslan also. So, how does Musavir AI is planning to stay at the forefront of technological advancement?
So we have to pace up our, pace up our quality and not fall off. So if you see the uh, quality everyone was giving, like if you are a user of AI art and you need to generate something like an year or two ago, the quality you would and the quality what you would get today is like very different. It's a 180-degree turn. It's very different. It's way ahead. So keeping the same pace, if you fast forward maybe a year or two ahead, you need to keep in pace with the advancements. So if you go like 1 or 2 years ahead, you can't even imagine what kind of quality we'll be getting then. So you need to keep up. That's the secret here. And the other thing is to keep rolling out new features, even if they are based on the same technology. It's the innovation here that using the same thing, using the same tools, how can you give out a new application? Like maybe you can use the same thing for graphic designers, and maybe you can serve the content creators with the same thing. Maybe you can even work in the fashion industry. How can you shape up your product according to that? And that's our goal. We have a lot of features in our pipeline, and shape that specific tool or technology to a specific niche of users. And talking about the future of this industry, the very hot thing right now is the video generation, and we are looking to get into it as soon as we can.
Oh, that's a wonderful. That's a wonderful. So, you are keeping this product as a just a basic model, and then you are planning to, research and adapt more with the needs of the users. So that's a wonderful take. So, Hamza, if you are if you don't mind, can I ask you some question related to budgets and all?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, you are from researching to implementing, you are fully involved with this technology. So, how do you ensure optimal resource utilizations, and how do you plan the budget, or how do you allocate the budget for the various needs for technological skills and infrastructures and all the tools? So, can you share some lights on that too, please?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned, we are still a very new startup. We are in the pre-seed stage, so we are not uh, uh, very huge in the market right now. So the secret to keep your resources in check is to do the most of the hard work yourself. And right now, we are keeping like our team and our spend to, inside the limits that we can like afford. And we are slowly. And so the major portion of the budget in this domain goes to your server costs because as I mentioned, the GPUs are very expensive and we need to keep running, So that's the most expensive part about this domain. And then there's the development costs that we are a very small team and most of the development is done internally. Uh, there's a big share of the marketing costs. So the secret to keeping limits is to find out how you can get to the market and like not overspend on anything. You need to reach out to your network first, and if you reach out to the right people that actually need your product, they are your best users. So I would not prefer 1,000 users that are not recurring, that are just, trying out the product, stuff like that. What I would mostly prefer is the targeted audience that actually have, the benefit of the product. So they are now recurring users. So that's what we prefer. And that's what we try to target in our limited resources.
That's a wonderful. That's a wonder. So you are managing all the resources very, strategically, as well as uh, the area where you need a higher focus, you provide the higher resources, and where area is very, low. So that way you are managing with the exact efficiency and staying at the forefront of tech environment. So that's a wonderful share. So, yes. So, Hamza Khan, before we wrap up our today's discussions, as you had also shared in between many times, and I also know you from your LinkedIn bio and everything. So, you are very young, although you are a very, great spirit and very inspired and motivated. So, could you share some of, your journey or your specific words to our audience that could inspire them also to work like you or to research like you or to be like you?
Yeah, so I think the most important thing is to be courageous and like not be afraid to take the risk. So if you have an idea, if you know you can make a difference, you have like a spark, don't be afraid to go out and build something, even if you are alone, even if it's a lot of effort, even if you don't see it going too far. If you have the spark, if you like take the risk, it's always worth it. Just try things. uh, I think that's the most important thing.
So wonderful. Thank you so much. So, as we bring the curtains down on this illuminating episode of adfartech Venture with our special guest, Mr. Hamza Khan. So, on behalf of adfartech Venture podcast team and to our dedicated listeners, so I extend a sincere thanks and your expertise, insights, and passion for technology have not just only elevated our conversations, but definitely it's going to, space indelible mark on our collective understanding. So, thank you for being with us, and thank you for being like what I can say. You are just not creating the product or a project for the people, but you are creating market for yourself as well as the future. So we definitely eagerly anticipate witnessing your continued success and innovations in this dynamic world of the tech. So thank you so much, Hamza Khan.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor to be here to share the insights with the people, and greatly honored.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you so much to our audience, also those who are going to listen this episode. So stay tuned and learn more. And one more thing, if you are eager to stay connected with Mr. Hamza Khan and delve deeper into his insights about this specific generative AI and new age technology, do connect with him on LinkedIn. Explore the exciting development at Musavir AI. And it's really, I had used for myself too, and this technology is really going to be soon a champion. So for a more thought-provoking discussions, you can also go to Musavir AI as well as his own LinkedIn page with the name of Hamza Khan, and to listen such episodes with the different tech leaders and different technology people. Follow at FireTech Venture Podcast on a YouTube and LinkedIn page. So stay informed and stay inspired with us. Thank you so much.